Hey, what's up guys, TheCampingRusher here. Welcome back everybody to another Fortnite video. Today we talk about every little secret change revolving around items, weapon stats, nerfs, buffs that came with 13.2. There are a lot of them. Consider this your unofficial patch notes, as well as our first look at the Atlantis POI coming with Aquaman and talking about Captain America as well. You're not going to want to miss anything. Stick around for the entire video and touch that like button for me. Those two things, and of course you just being here, help me with the YouTube algorithm so much. So thanks for the support. And here we go. Captain America will be in tomorrow's item shop officially with a custom item shop background. Now, remember, the last time I guessed was on update night. They were resetting the shop in 5 hours, and we were all just guessing that Captain America would come out because of the weird item shop reset time. Now, this is basically official. So in tomorrow's item shop, which is July 2nd, 8 p.m. Eastern, July 2nd, the Captain America skin should be live. All right, and now I'm gonna serve this as a reminder. Code TheCampingRusher in the item shop. I know I'm just throwing it in your face lately, but I know a lot of you guys are gonna be purchasing this skin, and I also know it's been about exactly 2 weeks since a huge amount of you typed it in for the battle pass, so you do have to retype it in if it does reset. Let me know if you're using code TheCampingRusher with a comment, with a tweet. With that being said, we have a look at what the Captain America cosmetic is gonna look like. It's just an outline. There it is for you. So we don't know exactly the colors and stuff like that, but this is what it'll look like. This is directly from the files. I don't really know how they do this. It's weird, like pixelated images, but it's official. So I'm showing it to you, right? That's my job. And I don't really know necessarily if that'll help sway your decision to buy it or not. I'll be purchasing it, and I'll have gameplay of it within the first video after Captain America dropping. There's also going to be server maintenance tomorrow, July 2nd at 2 a.m. Eastern. I don't think there'll be any leaks. I'm not staying awake or anything. But I think there's just some big bugs that they really need to fix, so they need downtime. Also, happy Canada Day for all you Canadians out there. It's a big day for us, man. We're happy. I think there's fireworks tonight. We'll see. Figured as a Canadian, it's my duty to remind you and remind you to celebrate. Don't forget us up here, right up here in the north. It's gonna be a fun day. There's also a Summer Splash 2020. They've officially named the event. Now, they did make a post about it. First was about new outfits and more. Basically, a bunch of item shop skins that we discussed already in my first update video. We've got the golf expert, par patroller, shark suit up as Cozy, comfy chomps, unwind as dad bod, Jonesy, and more. Summer drift and beach bomber are returning as well. And then on top of that, we've got new LTMs. Throughout Summer Splash, enjoy a rotation of LTMs such as Fog of War, Close Encounters, Unvaulted, Catch, and more. You'll also notice these classic LTMs getting some Summer Splash refreshment with some new features. So there's going to be these returning fun LTMs, also just updated versions of them. So not what we've seen in the past. So that's our event style. It's not really 14 days of Fortnite, as we're not getting a new unvault. We're not getting a bunch of challenges, but still a themed event while we know the Epic employees are going on vacation here, taking some time off during I think from the 3rd to the 12th. So now we're going to talk a lot about basically patch notes. These are changes you're going to want to know about, and there's a lot of them. They made a lot of changes to weapons, nerfs, buffs, like I said at the start of the video. New types of cars, first off. There's going to be a basic car, a basic truck, a big rig, a police car, a taxi cab, and a sports car. All right, we got some of those cars teased in the update that we talked about in the previous video. There was 4 posters, what the names of each type of car will be. But I think they'll be different cars that are skinned differently, right? So even the police car and the sports car might have the same stats. They're just going to look different, but same amount of fuel that they can hold, same amount of health in order to destroy them, that type of thing. So I think it was cool to point that one out. The Martyrs have been changed. They now drop 54 light ammo, 30 medium, 18 heavy, and 12 shotgun. So they drop a bunch more ammo, which makes sense. For me, you want to go positive with ammo. You don't want to be going negative in ammo to take these things down, even though they do drop decent loot. 50% chance to drop 5 bandages, 50% for 3 stinks, 20 for a med kit, 50 for 2 splashes, and 30 for fireflies. And also, I know the percentages don't make sense, but there are 2 types of mortars now, and that's why it adds up to 200%. So basically for one type, I don't know if you divide it in half perfectly, but this is for both loot pools of the 2 types of mortars added together. That's why it equals 200. And this is a buff. If you can't tell, this is a buff. There's more chance for the good stuff, right? The stinks, the splashes, and then less chance for bandies and for medkit, which I think is awesome. Good change. Also, a gentle reminder to subscribe to the channel. You made it this far. You must enjoy Fortnite. I will keep you up to date on all things Fortnite. That's my job here on the channel. And turn those notifications on. For all those guys that get here early, that's like the other prong of the YouTube algorithm that helps so much, so thank you. Next up, flopper spawn chance has been increased. Flopper spawn minimum percent 60 was 30, max spawn 80 was 50. So yeah, a lot more floppers are going to be popping out, which is awesome. Those are the best type of white heals, right, for your normal health bar, not the shield. There's a secret mushroom that spawns in some locations. It's a golden mushroom. Its spawn chance is 0.0001%. It gives you 100 shield. Max stack is 3. Doesn't spawn in food boxes. So this thing is... It's around, it's in the game, but so if you find one, send me a tweet or something. It's extremely rare, right? It's golden, and it's kind of like the Mythic goldfish. Still a better chance than the Mythic goldfish. The Mythic goldfish is like impossible to find. But I like when they do stuff like this, just the little Easter eggs hidden for the luckiest players. More changes. Fishing spot spawn rate got buffed today. 30 to 60, max 50 to 80. So same as the floppers, right? But this is with just fishing spots in general. Now, Mango Fortnite Leaks talks about this golden truffle, and I think this is the golden mushroom. All right, foraged items, golden truffle. This is what it looks like, so kind of an idea. And again, I don't know if it's from fishing or if you just find it randomly. Like where shields would normally spawn. We're not 100% on that, but again, if you find one, I really do want to know the story and what it take to get it. Some big changes here. I think these are the most important patch note changes. The Mythic burst was buffed. All right, pretty big buff here. Builds and body damage went from 37 to 39. I already thought this thing was pretty strong, but this makes it real strong. Reload time is a lot less, taken down by 0.13 seconds. Recoil was taken down as well. This thing got buffed. And I don't know if it's this video, but I used, or no, it was one of my previous videos. I had an AUG in one of our arena wins, the Mythic AUG, and I was doing damage. I think I ended it with like 2,600 damage with high ground, and that was with 37. So with a 39 damage now, ooh, that thing's gonna hurt. Legendary rapid fire SMG, some changes there as well. Build damage nerfed, reload time buffed, just barely. Recoil buffed, just barely. So slight change. That's legendary only. And then the charged shotguns, reload time buff. You can see there, huge buff actually for all of them. All types of charged shotguns now take a smaller amount of time, decreased amount of time to reload. That's a great change. I think the reload time is a little insane. And then on top of that, gold and purple charge, so yeah, epic and legendary, they now hold 4 shells instead of 3. So a major buff there as well. They needed this, man. Like the 3 is just too little. I mean, it's still better than the tac shotgun, but that's I think that's a very fair buff. Let me know what your experience has been with any of the changes I've mentioned. HypeX kind of handled most of that. Mango was in there as well. They're going to try and do that for every update. So this is what we used to get in the real patch notes, but now the leakers got to go and dig this stuff up using their bots. But I guess if you need it all in one place, you will get it all in one place here on the channel. And I love seeing these changes. So I'm happy to see that they're balancing again. And honestly, the reason we're seeing more of it is because there's such a different meta this season. When you introduce new guns that are staple to the meta, you're gonna have a lot more balancing changes than if we're just still on the pump meta, right? Because the pump meta has been pretty balanced over the years, honestly. So, and this charged shotgun's only been out for a couple weeks, so still more balancing to be had, but I think that's a great start. there is a glitch, game glitch, and it showed the last map stage. So this is after everything recedes, and you can see the biggest one. There's a couple things going on here, a lot of different changes, but the biggest one would have to be the Atlantis POI top left, obviously, and there's a zoomed in image of it as well. So yeah, it's there's a whirlpool, it looks like, in the middle. I don't know exactly how it's gonna, you might go through the whirlpool to get underwater, I don't know, but if that's the case, that's gonna be epic, man. It'll actually be Atlantis, right? A POI underneath the ocean, and I think that would just go so well with the season and how Fortnite runs things. They always go above and beyond, so I love that a lot. And our first look finally at what this, we knew where it was going to be, we knew the outline, but we didn't get to see you know, some of the locations of the dirt, at least, right, where there's going to be land, where you're going to have to swim. If it's underwater, I'm confused how that's all going to work, but our first look. And then finally, the next water level decrease. So the first water level decrease happened already, and the next one here is going to be July 11th at 3 a.m. Eastern, and with it comes the full return of Risky Reels being explorable, and a lot more land there, of course, too. If that's the case, I assume Risky will be named again as an official POI, and hopefully a reboot van would be added there as well. They've never done that. It's just something I hope for, because I like Risky Reels a lot. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for you today. I hope you found some info in the video today useful. If you did, touch that like button. Even if you didn't, still touch that like button. Why not? Thanks for sticking around for the entire video. It really does help. Subscribe to the channel. Take care. Talk soon. Goodbye.